Hey guys, what is up? It's your girl Mashinka back again for another video as per usual. And as you can see, if you can, I have a guest, my little 13-year-old sister. You guys have met her before. She's been in I think in a few of my videos just appearing, and she did a voiceover when I was doing my makeup, so y'all know who the fuck this is.
Hello.
As you can read by the title, today is not going to be makeup related. Today is going to be more of a serious video. The reason why we are making this video is to teach people and to educate people and to bring more attention to what is going on in this world. A lot of people are getting sick. A lot of people are scared of what's going to happen. A lot of people don't even know. So I thought this is a great way to bring attention to what is going on. But before we get into it, go ahead and please subscribe. If you really enjoyed this video and if you found it educational, go ahead and give it a like. She's definitely going to make more appearances on my videos, so go ahead, leave a comment. Follow me on social media. I'd say follow her, but she's still a little too young to have random ass followers. So we're just gonna see. It's okay, just wait a couple years. But yeah, let's get started. So what we wanted to do today is we wanted to address a lot of questions that people have. So we kind of looked up the most asked questions about cancer and treatments, and questions that people have most asked questions, and kind of answer them and go through it. But before that, I kind of want to talk about exactly what she has. So go ahead, introduce yourself.
I'm Esya Swiderski. I'm 13 years old. I'm going to 8th grade soon, and I am the younger sister of Maria Swiderski. I was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma the day after my 13th birthday. It was a shock to me. I mean, it's a shock to everybody. And I was taken to the hospital for a couple of days just to see what was going on, and it was pretty scary at first. The scariest part of being at the hospital was probably finding out that I was gonna need to have chemotherapy, which is a medication that you get that makes all of your hair fall out. And I had really long hair. I mean, I had pretty long hair. I loved my hair and I didn't want to lose it at all. So of course I cried for a bit, but at the end of the day, it's like, when you're over with chemotherapy, your hair is going to grow back and it's going to be fabulous.
So the cancer she has, as she already said, is Ewing sarcoma. It is a very rare, very aggressive cancer. This cancer grows in your bones as well as in the soft tissue. So it starts in your bones and then your tissue and then your blood and then your organs. Actually, organs and then blood. So finding this type of cancer is very, most people that have it are in the end stages. Luckily, Esya doesn't even have a stage because it's that early on. Ewing sarcoma is a childhood cancer, so it affects people from the ages 10 through 20. Around 200 people in the United States get this cancer. This cancer is very new, so it's not very known. For example, breast cancer is huge, so people kind of doctors know more about it, whereas childhood cancers are very different. And childhood cancers, all of them are usually very aggressive because as a child you're still growing and developing. There are different types of Ewing sarcomas. Esya's type is very rare, so we have a lot of doctors from Switzerland and stuff working on her case because it is so unique. Again, as she said, there was a growth on her shoulder when she was in Florida with my parents. They thought it was a mosquito bite, and my older sister is in med school, so she went out with Esya one day and they went to the pool, and my sister noticed it and she immediately said that it's a sarcoma. She's like, this is what it looks like. That's how you know my sister is meant for med school. So my parents took her to, you know, get it checked. So they just cut it out just to look at it. They didn't do a full surgery and cut out like the core, like everything. They just cut out the growth.
Tumor.
Yeah, the like upper tumor, like what is on your shoulder, and you know, they went into the laboratory. February 6th, after birthday, they had an appointment to go to the doctors to talk about what it was. We obviously didn't think anything of it because it's really not something you expect.
It was just like a regular day. I was supposed to go to school after.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like a doctor's appointment. So, my mom and I was sleeping, and my mom got a call, and it was my dad saying that she has cancer. So we all just rushed to the hospital. I think that was the hardest part of this whole journey that we're going through, the beginning, because we didn't know what was going to happen. We don't know what cancer. We don't even know what chemotherapy is. We never went through it. We had no idea what any of it is. Her Ewing sarcoma, it is a genetic mutation, so nothing caused it. We don't know what caused it. There is nothing to prevent cancer. You can't prevent it. Sometimes it just happens. It's inevitable. But there are triggers that, for example, if a person smokes cigarettes, they're most likely to get lung cancer. That's a trigger, though. Some people don't get it at all, and they smoke for like 60 years. It definitely depends. Also on your genetics. Her cancer is a genetic mutation. Her cancer, it didn't come from like family, from genetics. Her genes mutated.
Yeah.
It's not metastatic, meaning it didn't grow anywhere, but she has active cancer cells. So everyone has cancer cells, but at some point they activate. And that's when the cancer starts growing. So
and sometimes your body just doesn't fight it off for some reason.
Yeah, because I mean, with some cancers, your body can't fight it off. So we found out about that. It's an early stage, and we started chemo pretty much.
It's not even a stage.
No, it's not, because it's so early, and thank God for that.
Yeah.
So, and then we started treatment. She's also going to be going through radiation soon. We're going to talk about all of that. Let's do the questions. So one of the, some people don't even know anything about cancer. What is chemotherapy? Chemotherapy is a very hardcore drug that they give you when you have cancer. It is the most common used drug for cancer. It helps you defeat cancer. Every cancer is different. Every person reacts to it different. There are many side effects, one of them being hair loss everywhere. The reason why you lose hair is that chemotherapy attacks cells that grow rapidly, which is what cancer is. It grows rapidly. It's really fast-moving cells.
And it doesn't only just kill your hair. It also destroys all of your skin. Your skin gets so sensitive that it starts peeling from absolutely nothing.
So what it does is keep the cancer from spreading and make the cancer grow slower. Your hair is made out of cells that grow and multiply really fast. And again, chemotherapy kills fast multiplying cells. That is why you lose hair. She was very brave. After her second chemotherapy session, her hair started falling out in chunks, and that day she decided to just shave it off. So I've completely brave. I would not even be able to do it. So they just shaved it off, and yeah, and she goes out like that. I mean, she
embrace it.
Yeah, honestly, embrace it.
What if I just like looking bald? You never know.
I mean, maybe she never wanna. When she grows her hair up, maybe she'll decide that she likes the bald look. I mean, whatever. You know what I mean? Is chemo the only treatment to cancer? And no, it's not. There are many other treatments. It depends on the type of cancer you have and the type of stage. Just depends. There's radiation, which she's gonna be going through. It just kind of minimizes, I guess, your cancer. We don't know. We never went through this before. We have yet to go through radiation, so we're gonna really see how that goes. They literally tattooed little dots on her shoulder, tattoo.
Permanent.
But they're they look like birthmarks. They're on random
really
spots
tiny.
just for the radiation. Radiation is gonna be 15 minutes. So radiation.
But it's for 31 days every day.
Yeah. So you lay there for 15 minutes, and that's pretty much it. Question number 3, what does chemo look like? Now, a lot of people think it's a shot, it's a pill.
It can be a shot.
It can be a shot. Every chemo is different. So chemo is just a word to describe this drug, but there are many different types and many different colors and many different strengths. So with her session, she goes every 2 weeks to the hospital to get chemo. 1 week she stays there for 5 days straight and then comes home, and then a week after that she goes there for 2 days. And in those sessions it's different chemotherapy. With those 5 days it's all liquid, so it's like an IV. She lays there, it's like an IV hanging there, and she receives it.
But it doesn't go through my arm. I have a port, which is like
Right.
this little circle thing that you like poke a needle through, and it just like,
So we're not gonna show it because it's by her chest, but right before she got chemo, they did surgery. They put like a port inside her, so she has like a lump, and that is what the chemo goes through, so it can go straight to your blood, not affect anything else. It goes straight into your system, and that's where they take the blood out of as well. So this is it's like portable chemo almost. And when she's at the hospital for 2 days, she gets very intense chemotherapy, and that intense chemotherapy affects her a lot.
One of them is like this color.
Yeah, so one of the chemo is like, I think it's clear or yellow, and the other one is red.
Yeah.
And it's again like an IV. So she doesn't feel it, like it doesn't hurt, but the side effects are a lot. So for example, skin change, the camera can't pick it up, but she's darker than me and she was paler. But they also give her a lot of medication to kind of protect her from the chemo, because what the chemo does, it destroys your immune system so it can get to the cancer, because your immune system will fight the chemo, but the chemo needs to destroy everything that's protecting your body so it can get to the problem. It affects your immune system, and once your immune system, so she's halfway through her session. She's been going through this for 3 months, and I believe she might have 3 to 4 months left to go. Her immune system at this point is almost gone, so she gets sick easily. She can get infections easily.
I get infections
She gets all types of infections, and the way we know is her fever goes through the roof, and we have to go to the hospital.
Like one time it was like over, like it was like 102.5.
Yeah, it was like really, and that was recently, and we had to rush her to the hospital, and they like.
And I
hook
stayed
her
there
up.
for like 5 days.
Right, which is, it's not like, it's not like normal, but with chemotherapy, her getting sick and having fever and whatnot
Is expected.
Right, it's not like normal, but it is expected, so it's nothing out of the ordinary. Another question is, how does chemo work? Like I said, it's an IV. It destroys your immune system to get to the problem. It minimizes, cures the cancer. They give you a lot of drugs for the aftermath of chemo. So again, your skin changes. A lot of people lose weight. Some people stay the same. It affects everyone completely different. You might not have the same reaction someone else did. She doesn't throw up all the time. She's not like completely nauseous every single day. She gets a little sick here and there, but for the most part, she's fine. She gets fever sometimes. Her skin changes colors. She's weak.
Green.
Well, like almost gray. I mean, it's just different for everyone, but we're going through it just fine.
Yeah. Another side effect of chemo, well, during chemo, it's like a feeling that you get. You feel very nauseous. Like for the 5-day chemo, I was like throwing up for like 3 days straight. You get severe headaches. You get really dizzy. You feel like you can't even walk, and you're supposed to get up and walk 3 times a day at least at the hospital. So it's like really bad. Like I couldn't even eat, and the mouth sores that you get. Oh
so
my
she gets a
goodness.
lot of mouth sores. Some people don't, but she does.
One time I had really bad mouth sores. I had a really huge mouth sore on my tongue, and I couldn't eat anything really for 5 days. I was just like on liquids and like really, really soft foods, but even that hurt. But now I only have like a few mouth sores right now, and they don't even hurt that bad.
How will I know my chemo is working? They do scans and tests throughout your body as well as the affected area, if there is one, to see the growth. Chemotherapy does not guarantee that you will survive. There is no 100% in this world. Nothing in this world is 100%. Each cancer is different. Each stage is different. Her cancer was found in a very early stage, so we're very blessed. And doctors are very positive that we're gonna get through it and we'll be fine.
Another way to find out if your chemotherapy is working is obviously hair loss, because it's destroying fast-growing cells. So If you start losing your hair, you know that the chemotherapy is working.
Are you able to have children? Now let me just go through it. Chemotherapy, if you're a woman, shuts down your body completely.
It kills your ovaries.
Doesn't kill it, but you go through menopause. So she is going through menopause.
I don't have my menstrual cycle anymore.
She doesn't have that because it just stops your body. Chemotherapy is so strong, it literally shuts it down. Is she still able to have kids? Absolutely. She's 13. In like 10 years, if she decides to, of course. Yeah, she can absolutely have kids. Shouldn't be a problem. If there are obviously so many options to have children, so. But that's like way ahead in the future. She's only 13. You are not having kids for another like 15 years at least. How many times a week does one get chemo? It completely depends up to your cancer and the doctor. Her, I already said, she goes every 2 weeks. One for 5 days, one for 2 days. Both are 2 different chemotherapies. Other people go every day for like a week or like a month. It's sessions. So some people get 31 sessions, some people get only 15, and then they do radiation and then whatever else. Completely different. We also keep a planner of her blood work. We have a nurse coming every other Thursday, day before she goes to the hospital for chemo, checking her blood. And then she sends the blood to the doctor, and then they call us, let us know if she's ready for chemo.
Last time recently we went to the hospital, like Maria said earlier. My blood count was like extremely low, so I had to get blood also, which is actually really common with chemotherapy. Your blood gets destroyed very easily, and you can tell because your like under your eyes, everything gets darker, you feel weaker, you feel sick. And it's just like, it's normal, but once you get blood in your system, you feel much better practically immediately.
How long does it take for chemo to make you sick? She started getting side effects from chemo, I think, after her second trial. So her first time she went to get chemo, I think it was for 5 days, right? That was your first time.
Yeah.
So her first time she went to get chemo for 5 days. It depends on which kind of chemo. But the thing is, the first thing that people are afraid of when they hear chemo is hair loss. And honestly,
that's the least of your worries.
That after us going through this, your hair is gonna be the least of your worries. Because you're not going through chemo for your hair. You're fighting for your life. And here's something that will grow back. And I think it's important that when you're going through chemotherapy and you have no hair, as a woman especially, you learn to love yourself. Because if you are confident without hair, just imagine how confident you're going to be when your hair grows back.
And you don't just lose hair like on your legs, on your arms, on your head. You also lose your eyebrows and eyelashes too. But if you guys have any other questions, put it down in the comments below.
And we will make sure to answer it because this is a serious topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being a guest on my channel. Thank you so much. Oh my god. But if you guys have any more questions, please reach out to us through social media or just leave a comment down below. We'll definitely get in touch. We'll answer any questions you have. If you guys want a part 2, when she starts going through radiation, we can definitely make a part 2 of this and talk about what radiation is like, because I have no idea because we have yet to go through it. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm sorry if it's a little longer, but whatevs. This was a very important video, and I've been wanting to film it for a while, but she's been in and out of hospitals.
Yeah.
She's finally home. We'll see you guys later in my next video. Peace out.